Good morning, everyone. This is Nina and this is Marcus. Welcome to our channel. My channel, our channel. Well, he's going to feature quite a lot. We are doing week 2 of World Carnivore Month. If you've come over from the other video, welcome back. If you're new to watching, welcome. This is going to be like my 3rd video. So in this video, we're going to take you through what we're eating this week, doing pretty much mostly carnivore. The only non-carnivore thing we're having at the moment is I'm having coffee, decaf coffee, and a little bit of coconut. So I'm using some coconut milk in my coffee. I'm using the Biona organic coconut milk because it's literally water and coconut milk. Coffee, as I mentioned. And then we have been experimenting, my husband has been experimenting with making a coconut yogurt as well, which I'll talk about at some point because the reason we're doing it is for gut bacteria and using specific bacteria. It was one of our attempts at trying to figure out like how can we help boost his immune system, because obviously his physiology is still very young. He's had eczema. He's only got a few patches on the backs of his legs at the moment, which is great. It was a lot worse. If you check out, I'll link a video here about like why we're using carnivore as an elimination diet for eczema for Marcus. And yeah, you will see my hungry little gremlin and how much he eats, which is a stonking load amount for his size. And then what we're cooking, how we're preparing, how we make carnivore financially manageable. And this morning we are going to making a slow cook ox cheek because I got 6 ox cheeks that works out at 2.6 kilos when I was in Waitrose, because on a Saturday the butcher's counter have 20% off if you've got a Waitrose card. I will be cooking leftovers of, this is just some beef that my husband cut off of some strips of beef because he's making biltong. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm using, you see, nice and jiggly. This is the bone broth I finished making yesterday. And I mean, this is pretty much solid. These are the juices from the gammon we smoked at the weekend. So if you want to check out the gammon, that is in the last video. So this is what I'm using. So it's nice and smoky. And I'll probably use some bacon because I'm always using bacon. Bacon just makes everything taste good. But actually the bacon I'm going to add later. This is really simple with ox cheek actually. You just seal the ox cheek in a pan. You put it in a casserole pot or an oven-proof big dish, and then you cover it with stock, add some salt, and then put it in the oven for like 3 hours to slow cook, and that's it. And it comes out meltingly soft. The gelatin in it is amazing. It's yummy. Okay, so let's get cooking. You'll see what Marcus is eating this morning. I think I'm primarily just having coffee. We've got the leftovers of some mince from yesterday, so I might pick at that, but I ate quite a lot yesterday, so I'm not that hungry today. Yeah, so that's what we're getting up to. yeah. I've also taken out some chicken, drumsticks and thighs, and some more marrow bones from the freezer. Marrow bones for Marcus, because he's eating loads still. Chicken, because it's just a quick option. We'll probably have it tomorrow as breakfast and snacks. Hiya. Hiya. But we're gonna go have a little walk. Now that the ox cheek's in the oven, I put it on 200, just warm up the oven, warm it up, and then I will go out for an hour, go to this supermarket to get more marrow bones. Also in, I think it was Sainsbury's that had the duck legs. That's a shame, I was gonna get some duck legs as well. But yeah, get some marrow bones and some bits and pieces. So we haven't done a huge amount of cooking today, only preparing the ox cheek, because neither of us have been very hungry today, unsurprisingly. We have snacked a little bit, like my husband and I had some mouthfuls of the ox cheek just out the pan. Marcus has had like some little bits of ham and prosciutto, but not that much. He had his breakfast and just snacked. But we'll have dinner of the ox cheek, and I've roasted some marrow for Marcus, of course. So we'll have that for dinner, and I'll show you that just now. Morning, it is, what day is it? It's a Thursday, it's week 2, and it's day 2. I think Mark's teeth molars are pushing through, so I didn't get that much sleep last night. And he's really grumpy this morning. We've got half an hour to get out the door, so I'm doing a really quick video this morning. I'm literally just going to feed Marcus, make a coffee for myself, and then we'll probably be running out the door. Marcus is having leftover smoked ham because we've got a little bit left. That's going to be a snack for later when we're out. He's got some leftover burger, and I'm going to give him marrow first because I need to fill him up. And then go from there. Okay. Yeah.
Who are you?
Okay, we're almost out the door. Marcus is I'm just feeding him marrow at the moment. And getting his shoes and socks on. And then we'll leave in 5 minutes. I haven't eaten anything yet. I'll probably have a snack with maybe prosciutto later because I've got to go to Sainsbury's and get some more and get some other bits. So yeah, just a rush out the door this morning. So we've just got back. I did a quick trip to Sainsbury's, so I'm just going to show you what I got. I got, let me put this down. So their duck legs are on offer at the moment for £4.65, I think it was, for 440 grams. And duck legs are always nice and fatty and has good skin, so yeah, they're always really tasty. And also under £10 a kilo, they're about £9 something a kilo, which is great. So I got 4 packs of those because we're having a friend round for dinner this evening. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast the duck legs, and then we'll just have duck legs, but she's not doing carnivore, so I'm going to do some mushroom and garlic fried rice with some asparagus for her to go with her duck legs, because most people don't want to just eat meat. Shocking, I know, but there you go. So I'm just putting away this. I also topped up on prosciutto di crudo packets, so I got 15 of those. Yeah, so then we've got snacks for the next week and a half or so, maybe a bit longer. And then right now, for us, we do have a bit of the ox cheek left, but we'll save that for tomorrow. I'm actually just gonna roast some chicken legs and thighs that I had defrosting yesterday. And then Marcus and I will have that as like lunch snack because we had a late start to the morning. He had marrow this morning and that's all he ate for breakfast, which is fine. I have now run out of marrow for him because he's going through it so quickly, like a marrow bone a day or something, which is crazy. He's so small. And there's a huge amount of calories in that. I mean, calories don't mean a huge amount generally, but still. Yeah. Oh, and if you can hear the buzzing in the background, yeah. So my husband is making biltong, as you can see, and he's put a little fan down there to get the airflow going. This is something we do quite regularly. He makes biltong quite regularly. I make the spice mix because it's such a great snack. It's so tasty, and he grew up with it, so he's had like a vested interest in making it. So yeah, that's what we're getting up to today. I'm really tired, but that's nothing new. So we'll get cooking now. Hold that.
Oh,
He loves looking at himself. So I've just got back from the gym and doing errands out, and I wanted to show you what I got at Morrison's just now, because I actually only went in to get some more marrow bones for Marcus because he's eaten all the ones that I have in the house, and he's still going through his marrow eating phase, so I'm just making sure I have plenty. It was what he had for breakfast this morning, and it filled him up until we got home, so that was very handy. So I always want to have marrow bones, but also, as you often do when you go to the supermarket, you buy more than you intended to. But it's because I saw such good things that I've been looking for. So, and I got a coffee while I was there. So Morrison sell loads of offal, actually, loads of offcuts. So they do marrow bones, so here, and they're £4 a kilo, which is pretty good. They're quite big, so hopefully there's a lot of meat, marrow in there. They also do things like diced ox heart, kidney. So if you're interested in eating offal, they have loads of options. They also in the butcher counter, or where they package up the stuff on the butcher's counter, they also sell bones, which is so handy. So if you want to make your own bone broth but you don't have any bones and you don't want to wait to like roast something, just go ask the butcher. But what I found, and I got 4 packets of these because I love them, are the lamb ribs, and these are £7 a kilo, so they're on offer, I think, at £7, but they're not much more than that usually anyway. And I've been looking for these because you can get them in Waitrose, actually. Not all Waitroses stock them, but you can get them online. And they're usually, I don't know, I think they're probably like offcuts or something from another cut that they do. But they're cheap because they want to get rid of them. They're usually quite fatty as well. And you roast these in the oven and they're so good. Marcus loves them because I just hand him a bone and then he rips all the meat off and the fat and he loves it. It's just with salt. So yeah, I got 4 packets of these, and they're going to go in the freezer for later because I've got lots of stuff in the fridge, and I'll get these out. But yeah, really handy to do. And you can also, what I do with chicken, well, not as much with chicken, but with these, is I roast them in the evening, like part roast them, because when you cook them, you roast them loosely covered for the first, like, I think it's 40 minutes or so. And then you uncover them and whack up the heat to high for the last 20 minutes. And then that crisps up the skin on top. So yeah, it's really good. I also got some eggs for my husband because he likes eggs. So we go for the ones with like golden yolks or free range, organic if we can get it, but there's an egg shortage. Random. And then I also got some honey as well. That's all I got. Just a quick shop in Morrison's. I'm also now finally going to eat something because I haven't had time today because it's been such a rush everywhere. Work calls, got to deal with that, had to deal with those. So yeah, now I'm finally going to be able to eat today. It's 3:15. I've had 2 coffees, some water, a pack of prosciutto, and like some leftovers that Marcus didn't want to eat. Oh, is somebody awake? So now I'm gonna have some chicken. Yeah. Okay, now we are going to be preparing dinner. We've got a friend coming round, so I'm preparing some non-carnivore things to go with her meat. So for dinner this evening, I shall be roasting some duck legs because I went, as you saw in the video earlier, I got some from Sainsbury's, so I'm going to roast those. Then I shall be roasting some marrow bone for Marcus, of course. And And then, yeah, so I'll make mushroom and garlic fried rice with smoked asparagus for our friend. But I'm not going to film that one because it's not carnivore. If you want me to do another video, I can do another video on that. But yeah, it's for this series of videos, we're just doing the carnivore stuff. And that's it. Okay, let's get cooking. Good morning, everyone. What day are we on? It is Friday, which means it's day 3 of week 2. We're doing a quick start to the morning. I have leftovers because, as you saw, I cooked a bunch of stuff yesterday. So we're having some leftover chicken for breakfast. Marcus will have marrow. I forgot to film things last night and show you the roast duck. It turned out really well. And it was very tasty. Oh yeah. And that's what we're doing this morning. So just quickly, because we're off out to see some friends, and Marcus, we're taking Marcus to a sensory room this morning. Maybe I'll put in a little bit of that, because I haven't done any really outings. But yeah, let's get organising. We're back from the sensory room. Marcus didn't have a snack while we were out, so we're going to have one now. I'm going to have a little snack as well. Probably some prosciutto and just whatever Marcus has left, because he has some, like, a tiny bit of smoked ham left, so we're going to finish that because I really need eating. He's got some leftover duck from last night, and he's got some leftover chicken from this morning, and I'll probably see if he wants some more marrow. So just little leftovers. And that's what we'll be doing for a snack, and then it'll be nap time for Marcus. And then I'll be thinking about dinner. We might have steaks this evening because I haven't really got anything defrosted. Zaya! You having your snack? So one of the things I'm doing to prepare is I'm actually clearing out the fridge because I have lots of bones. Marcus is playing in the cupboard. Lots of marrow bones. I've got some chicken bones and I've got some duck bones. So I'm gonna make bone broth from them so that I can free up some space in my fridge. So that's what I'm gonna do now.
Like that.
Mummy's biltong. Mummy's biltong, you've got one in your hand you took off Daddy. This is the ox cheek cold out the fridge, and I just want to show you how thick the gelatin is of the stock. It's completely, so it's so good. It's like, well, it is jelly, basically. So we're going to finish this for dinner. Good morning, everyone. It is day 4 of week 2. Marcus' molars are really pushing through. I saw yesterday his top left has got like little holes and I can see white, and I can also see white under the gum on a tooth next to it, and his gum down here is so swollen for his other molar. So I think we've got lots of teeth coming through. I'm hoping they just come through all in one go. Not so pleasant for him, also not pleasant for me, but hopefully we'll just get them all over and done with. So this morning I am going to prepare food because I'm exhausted and I don't feel like doing lots of outings and things. Yes. So we are going to be making breakfast. I've got a leftover duck leg from yesterday that I'll feed some of it to Marcus. I've got some mince from one of the waitress shop I did the other week. So I think I'm going to make some meatballs with some bacon and the leftover sauce from the ox cheek that we finished last night. And also, what I'll just show you now, getting in the fridge, I'm doing an experiment actually. So if you remember, I bought 2 briskets at Morrison's last week. So this is the second brisket, as you can see, it's lovely and marbled and cut. So what I thought I'd do as an experiment, on the Thomas Joseph Butchery website, I saw about their suggestions for how they suggest you look after your meat, and they suggest putting it in the fridge uncovered because this stops bacteria growing and things. So I thought, well, I'll just test it out with this brisket that I've got. I need to drain the blood that's come out there, but as you can see, it's drying. And I remember when we were on holiday in Sicily, I went to the butcher's and I got this big cut of steak, and because it was an end cut and it'd been hanging in their fridge for a long time, everything had like dried, and when I put it in the oven to cook, it was fantastic because the dried parts just crisped up so nicely in the oven. So I thought, well, I'll just try it. And as you can see, there is blood coming out, and yeah, I'll drain that later. And I just have this, I don't even know what it is, oven liner thing I think my grandma gave me. So I just rested it on that. Probably better if I had a wire rack, because then it's not touching any of the liquid below, because that's where bacteria will probably grow. So yeah, I should sort that out. Right, so let's take out some bacon. I've also been defrosting some chicken livers in the fridge overnight. That's gonna be, I think, dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, dinner. So liver and bacon is one of our favourites. We haven't had it in a long time. Also, coffee time. Coffee time. Yeah, coffee time, Marcus. So that's what we're doing today. Get my beef marrow fat cooking. So Marcus has decided he doesn't really want to eat the meatballs. Had a little bit of marrow, a little bit of bacon, and we had some smoked salmon, which he wolfed down. Are you going to eat your marrow?
No. No.
No?
No.
Okay then, okay.
If Daddy chopped up some of the raw bits of biltong, you're going to enjoy that.
Like that.
Biltong.
That. I want that.
Biltong!
That.
Are you going to eat the biltong then? Oh. Yummy.
Da.
I think we filled Marcus up on marrow finally.
Mm.
Because he's not eating that much currently. For now. Or he just got a better offer. Good morning, well actually good afternoon everyone, because it's just gotten 12. We've had a very slow start to today. It is day 5 of World Carnivore month, week 2, and so far today we've had like snacks for breakfast, just some biltong and coffee for me. Marcus has had some coconut milk. He's currently playing at my feet in the cupboard. What I'm going to do now, before I take Marcus out for a nap, is I'm going to put the brisket into cook. I actually just did a quick walk to Morrison's, found another one that's very tasty. Here, it's quite nicely marbled. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. That stays there. And then the one that I had drying in the fridge, I'm going to roast that at the same time and just see what happens. So this is the one that's been drying. I managed to put it on something so it could get air at the bottom. So I'm just literally going to salt the tops of these and put them in the oven, loosely covered with some water in the bottom. And that's it. So here you can actually see the difference between the ones that have been in the fridge. So the one that's been in the fridge. So this one has dried out more, and this is much more pink colour. So it'll be really interesting to see how they roast and what the differences are. So now that's salted, I'm putting them in the oven. I'm going to put with a little bit of water in the bottom. And go. I'm going to loosely cover them in foil. And then I'll take off the foil just before the end of cooking for the last like half an hour or so, so that the fat crisps up. Snack time.
No. No. No.
No?
No.
Do you want some? Okay, you eat your marrow.
No. 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 Like that.
Mmm. Okay, now Marcus is up. I'm going to check the brisket because it's been in for about 2.5 hours now. We're also going to roast some lamb ribs, and this is a really great cut. I think I showed you yesterday or the day before buying them. Like £7 a kilo, really cheap. Depending on which butchers you go to, they may or may not know what you're talking about, because sometimes they show you the more expensive lamb rib cuts which have them like the medallion on it. That's not what this is. This is like the cheap lamb ribs. It's got a big hunk of fat on the top. Yeah, it's usually, I think it's off cuts, I'm not sure, but they're delicious. So we're gonna put just 500 grams worth in the oven to cook. They take about 40 minutes. We salt the skin first, which is what Marcus is pointing out at the moment. And then this is what we're going to be for a little snack, because I've been really unorganised today and haven't got a lot cooked. So that's what we're going to do now. Yeah, take a pinch and sprinkle.
Eh?
Yeah, we'll do music in a minute. Salt, you can help me. Take some of that. Pinch. Sprinkle. No, he's showing everyone the snacks. Yeah, what Marcus is showing you are the coconut chip snacks by Urban Fruits, because they are literally coconut blossom, nectar, and sea salt. You see, they're £1 in Morrison's, or you can get them in Sainsbury's. You can also buy them in packs of 14 on Amazon. So that's our little treat for the week. Okay, we're gonna put these in the oven in a minute. I'm gonna check the brisket with Mummy. So here are the brisket. Yeah, this is the one that I dried out in the fridge first. This is the one I just bought in Morrison. So we'll try them and see which one and how they taste. And then those are the lamb ribs. So a little snack. So that is dinner for this evening. And I'm quite looking forward to it because I'm really hungry now. Here you go. Good morning, everyone. It's day 6 of week 2 of our Carnivore month, and this morning I am going to just putting food together that's been in the fridge. I am going to make up quick mince and bacon. This will just be a snack for me over the next day or two, and for Marcus. Actually, I probably will do meatballs because then Marcus can grab them. So yeah, that's the thing. If you're giving a toddler food, little meatballs or burgers are... Marcus is coming to help. He knows it's time to get cooking. I'll also be preparing the brisket. So actually, we had the brisket that I dried in the fridge. I couldn't really tell any difference between that and the other one. The only difference was... Are you going to get up in your tower? The main difference was, I think, that the outside was a little crispier. That's all. Okay, and then the other thing we're going to be doing is I'm just going to be cooking up the lamb ribs that I defrosted yesterday, preparing snacks for Marcus because we're going to the park this morning because it's finally stopped raining. And then the meat juices that the brisket cooked in, I shall be using on top of stuff. Yeah, that'll be sauce. So I'll put that in a little bowl and leave it in the fridge and we'll use it as is, as and when. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, so now we're having breakfast. I just warmed up a slice of brisket in a pan with some of the juices and fat from yesterday. And then these are just 4 lamb ribs that Marcus and I are sharing. Marcus enjoying the fatty part of it, of course. And that's breakfast. I'm not that hungry this morning, so I just wanted something so I could take my vitamins. Marcus needs something, as per usual. So that's what we're eating this morning.
Mmm.
Actually, that pancetta I found at Christmas, or just after Christmas, in Tesco's. And it's so clean. The ingredients are just pork and salt. I was really impressed. It definitely is expensive. It's £3 a packet, or at least it was at Christmas. I'm not sure how much it is now, or if it was a special stockage product for Christmas. I'm not sure. But really good ingredients. I mean, if we're thinking of, if we're gonna get it, then it will probably just be for Marcus, and then we'd eat the cheaper things, because obviously our bodies are older and his are not. So yeah, it was a really good find, and it was pretty tasty as well. So some of my prep this morning, the lamb ribs are pretty much cooked. They were in for, I think, 40 minutes covered, and they've just been in all day, so I let them cook in the last of the heat of the oven as it cooled down. And then this will be breakfast tomorrow, and as you can see, all the fat's like gone more solid now. I'm going to put them in the fridge covered, and then I'll just take them out tomorrow and put them in the oven. I'm just getting dinner ready now. We're going to do some rump steaks and some leftover brisket for dinner today. Marcus has finished that snack plate. It was supposed to be a snack plate. It looked like the size of a meal. And then Marcus will also have marrow, because that's what's left of the massive bowl of marrow that I roasted for him 3 days ago. He's a hungry boy. Okay, let's get cooking. Morning everyone, it is day 7 of week 2. Marcus is right here. I know I'm wearing a scarf inside, but it has snowed. Oh no, don't put that in there. So it's really cold in the house, even when the heating's on. So this morning, because I prepared loads of stuff yesterday, there's not much to do. What we're going to be having is the lamb ribs. So I'm going to warm up the oven and put those in and finish cooking them. That's what I'll have for breakfast. And then this evening we're going to have salmon, so I just bake it in the oven. There's not a lot of cooking to do today. Although one of the things I have been thinking about is, so I've been watching Nisha Berry's YouTube channel, and she talks about Carnivore crisps. Now, I don't know whether they're available in the UK. I'm going to have a look. but I thought maybe I should have a go at making some, because we have the other massive joint of gammon that I have been defrosting overnight, and I thought, well, it's so huge, I'll figure out how I'm going to cook it if I'm not roasting it, and then cut off a bit and experiment with Carnivore crisps. Because surely, I mean, crisps, if you make like potato chips, potato crisps, they're just like, they're baked or they're fried, so with just thin slices. So I thought, maybe I can try doing something. And I was looking at Michaela Peterson's website, the Lion Diet website, and she suggested cutting meat. If you're gonna like cut it in thin strips, do it so that it's partially thawed. So I need to do that today, figure out what I'm doing with that. Well, yeah, that's it for this morning, and now we'll just get warming up. My coffee's on. Marcus has helped me make that, and get on with the day. So I've just been looking up how to cook the gammon, and I was wanting to do it like a traditional English way. So I found the website Great British Chefs, and what they suggest is you soak the gammon for 24 hours to get rid of the salt, then you rinse it, then you boil it, and then you roast it. So that's actually what I'm gonna do for this one. So the gammon's mostly thawed, but not completely. But I'm going to put it in the water soak anyway. I've just put it in a big stock pot like this that I usually use for making chutney. But today it's going to have a ham in it. And then just cover it in water. So while breakfast is cooking, almost done, I just wanted to do a recap on Marcus's eczema and what we've been doing and what I found over the last couple of weeks, because today is the end of week 2. So weirdly, Marcus's eczema, it was better at the beginning of the 2 weeks, the start of Carnivore month. Then it got a bit worse. And then today, it's looking a lot better. I'm a bit flummoxed actually, because a couple days ago I was thinking, well, maybe it's the coconut, maybe it's something in the biltong, because of the non-carnivore things we're eating, coconut being one of them, milk, yogurt and coconut chips. Then of the biltong, the ingredients for biltong are meat, salt, pepper, coriander, vinegar, and yeah, and then gluten-free Worcestershire sauce. I'll show you that actually, because it's a good product. I've only ever found it in Tesco's. This is the Tesco's own brand Worcestershire sauce. So the ingredients are water, spirit vinegar, cider vinegar, molasses, sugar, anchovy, tamarind extract, salt, chili powder, garlic powder, clove, onion powder. Onion powder. Why didn't I read that before? Okay, so it might be the Worcestershire sauce, because Marcus can't have onions. So annoying. Why? I mean, there's very small amounts, so maybe it's doing something. He hasn't had huge amounts of it, because there's only like, you know, a couple tablespoons in the whole thing, but maybe he's that sensitive, I'm not sure. So we'll wait and see. Also, the Worcestershire sauce, it dries, it's on the skin only, and Marcus doesn't actually eat much of the skin. But I'm eating the skin, the dried part of the biltong. So maybe it's that, don't know. But then it started clearing up. Marcus's molars have been Marcus's teeth have been pushing through. He's got like 8 teeth, four at the front, 4 at the bottom. He's got not the canine, but the one next to it. That one is really, it started really pushing through just there yesterday, and we had a horrendous time walking back from the park because he was just screaming, I think in pain. Where are you going? So I think that pushed, and then the night before he just woke up screaming. No idea why. Don't know. So I think some of the eczema getting worse is also the teething, because because his body is under stress. So I'm assuming, because he slept quite well last night, that Megan needed a 5-hour stretch from 3 a.m. till 8 a.m. and then he slept for, I think, it was an hour and 40, then like 3 hours, three and a half hours, and he was up for an hour and 40 because I was trying to push the middle of the night feed a bit later because he woke up for it at 1:20, but I was trying to make sure it was 2:30 or later, and I was trying to get him to go to sleep. He rested, he dozed, but he didn't really sleep, and then at 3 a.m. I fed him, and then he slept for 5 hours. So I don't know, it's just really confusing. His eczema comes and goes, and also like we weren't using any onion, not even Worcestershire sauce or anything before that. But he was having a lot of vegetables. He was also, I know the teeth were pushing over Christmas because sometimes you just wake up with a nightmare. So it's been quite flummoxing, really, to figure out. And obviously, as a mum, you want to figure out what's causing rashes on your child's skin, because it's not normal, it's not supposed to happen. It's obviously a natural reaction to something, but I don't know what that something is. So we'll be not using Worcestershire sauce. Onion powder is the last thing on the list, so it has the smallest amount in the Worcestershire sauce, but yeah, we shall be taking that out of his diet. Yeah, and see what happens. And then for me, I've been feeling really good on Carnivore again. And even though we've had some nights where Marcus is up quite a lot and I've been really tired, as you've seen, once I get started for the day, like, I'm ready to go. And I've had, actually, even when I've been tired, a lot of physical energy that I felt a bit like it's been a bit pent up. Like I needed to run or something, and I haven't felt like that in months. And actually the way I'm feeling now is much more myself. Like I feel much more centered and grounded, and I don't feel like I'm being stretched in about 10 different directions, which I don't know exactly what it is, and potentially a combination of lots of things. I mean, Marcus is feeding not anywhere near as much as before. He's eating a lot of food, so my body isn't being forced to, or isn't stimulating a lot of milk production, so I've got a lot more energy for myself. Then the vitamins we've been taking, maybe that, I'm not sure, because it's cold and dark outside. Usually at this time of the year I'm exhausted, and the darkness just really gets to me, because being brown, I can't produce the vitamin D from the sunshine. It needs to be much stronger for me to get as much as I need because of the melanin in my skin. So I take 8,000 IU vitamin D. I'm taking vitamin K2. I'm taking vitamin B complex and then the sulfur. So this one and here. So I'm gonna do a video separately about the vitamins that we're taking and why we're taking them, because I actually need to do a bit more, well, not research, I need to figure out how to explain it because I'm not science minded, and the explanations I've had from my husband and my brother is a Czech practitioner and he's done loads of research into this. He's actually the one who suggested this. I'll put a little link to his website here and in the descriptions so that you can have a look. But he suggested this one for sure. And this is also this is what we'd have in our water if water weren't as, well, not the way it is now. Like a lot of the minerals and vitamins that was in water, like if you get natural mineral water, aren't there anymore. So we're supplementing. So I don't know if it's the fact that although we were introducing some vegetables to Marcus's diet, and I've been eating them, taking them out has helped me feel more awake. I don't know if it's the breastfeeding, I don't know if it's the vitamins, I don't know if it's, I mean, I've done more exercise and maybe that's been helping. So I haven't been doing like tons, maybe like an hour, maximum an hour and a half a week. And I do some squats with weight. I do something called an inchworm, which my brother gave to me as it's one of the infant development movements you can do. And as a mum, once you're ready to start building your core muscles, it's a really, really good one. It kills your core, but it really targets those lower ab muscles. And it's what our babies do when they're learning before they can walk and things. I will put a little video. You look like a complete spaz. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably will have seen my videos of me doing an interim. I don't look as much like a spaz now doing the downward one. Coming back, on the other hand, it's a bit of a mind bender.
What there?
The coffee pot. Coffee pot.
There.
Oh, that's the phone. Can you see Marcus? And Mummy? Where's Mummy? Where's Mummy? Where's Marcus? Yeah. So yes, I'm feeling quite good and I'm not needing to go to bed as early either.
There.
Yeah. Like I'm much more awake, I'm much more alert. I'm doing more like work as well, which is interesting. Not quite in the same way as I did before Marcus. So higher brain functioning, I don't force myself to do a huge amount of that because a lot of my work is now video editing and organising people, tutors to be in lessons. So it's scheduling. It's not, I'm not having to grapple with, you know, big complex ideas. Now, although I really enjoyed doing that before Marcus was born, because my priority is looking after Marcus, I know I won't have the energy for him if I am doing that work. And the way that I now work and the way I organised things while I was pregnant, I made sure that I could do that, and I'm glad I have. So yeah, that's an update on where we're at. And then we'll get on with the day with the cooking and the experiments. And next week's video will probably have more experiments in it for cooking. And I'm going to try out some recipes, I think, because Michaela Peterson was talking about her crispy bits or crispy things recipes. And I thought, well, that sounds tasty. So let's try and do it. She does it with an air fryer, but I don't have an air fryer and I don't have a fan oven, so I'm going to experiment with a conventional oven and see how to do it. So that's what we're going to do. Don't those look good? Oh, we're excited. So what I do with Marcus's is I take a couple and put them on a plate and in the freezer to cool down before he eats them. So that's what I shall be doing right now. Okay, so now we're sitting down to breakfast. Marcus has his lamb ribs, 2 lamb ribs out of the freezer. I've also got some marrow for him, of course, just in case he wants it. He wasn't so hungry for it yesterday, but yeah. Actually, interesting with his food, sometimes at dinner, he doesn't really eat the meat. Then we give him some yogurt, and then he has a meat chaser, and then he eats his plate. I have no idea why, but sometimes that's just the way it is. So yeah, now we're going to tuck into breakfast. Marcus has 2 lamb ribs and some marrow. I have 8 lamb ribs. Marcus might have some more, who knows, depends how hungry he is this morning. And then I have some already in the fridge for him for snacks. More marrow bones for Marcus. I'm going to put these in the oven and roast them for an hour.
This is my fish. You got yours.
They're tasty. Thanks for watching this week's video, all about week 2. I'm actually recording this ending as we're halfway through week 3, just because the end of week 2 Carnivore month was busy and then I forgot. And then I ran out of memory. But thank you for watching. I hope you're finding it useful. Next week, we're going to continue investigating Marcus's eczema. It's going to be quite interesting, and I'm trying some new things. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe if you are enjoying this content. Please like the video if you like the video. And if you're having similar issues like eczema or allergies or anything, I'd love to hear in the comments, you know, what have you tried to figure out what's causing eczema. I'd be really interested. If you've got any questions about what we're doing, please leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to help or tell you what we've tried. So that's it. We'll see you in the next video.